Diane from Teach Pre-K, and in this video we are going to be exploring the literacy centers in my Polar Animals lesson plan. This lesson plan is huge. It has got classroom posters, it's got vocabulary strips, it's got more than a week's worth of math activities, more than a week's worth of literacy activities. Oh my gosh, art projects, science projects. There is so much and so much to do. It is one of my best sellers, and it will make your winter lesson planning so much easier. I'll leave a link in the description, but watch this one and then check out the math. I'm also including at the end of this video just another look at my Polar Animal literacy activity called the Polar Plunge. That is such a fantastic play to learn activity. It's kind of the cornerstone of where I want to go this year with learning through play. So check it out, click the links, and enjoy. Okay, so another thing that I like to do with my class are these letter seek and find little things. We do them with daubers. I have letter cards. These come in both upper and lowercase. These come in both upper and lowercase. You can do a match upper to upper, lower to lower, or use the uppercase to find lowercase, or vice versa. So if we were going to do uppercase match, I would have my card that has a J, and I would find a J, and I would mark that. And here is K, and I would mark K and L. I usually mix them up and don't do them in order. So that is as simple as that is. But I'm going to show you. I also have these mats, that you can cover with some kind of marker or buttons. I really like these clear buttons. So I'm going to take my lowercase cards, and so I've got E. I'm going to take a button and I'm going to cover E. And with these buttons that I can see through, I can see the letters. So I can help the kids or tell them, like, hey, this is what this letter looks like. Let's find this letter instead. So then you go through and you find all the letters. All right, this activity is a literacy activity, and it is a Polar Animal sound and clip. So each card is going to have a polar animal with this little frame, and in the frame is a beginning sounds picture. So we would say the picture, fish, and then we would try to figure out which sound. Which one of these three letters makes that sound of the f in fish? So I makes an I sound, F makes a f sound, and O makes an ah sound. So we're going to use our clothespin and we're going to mark the F. So here we have an igloo. Same thing. B makes a B sound, I makes an I sound, and Y makes a Y sound. So we're going to mark the I. And one thing that I have done is I've introduced motion to these. I have done this on my rug or in the hallway, and I've had a container of clothespins and a container to drop these in, or a little basket. So they start at one end, they mark it, they put it in the basket, they go to the other end, they mark it, they put it in the basket. So they're going back and forth, almost like relay race style. Or I've done it with the clothespins on one end of the rug. So they pick up the card, go to the other end of the rug, get the clothespin, mark the letter it should be, drop it in a box, and come back for their next card. So I've done that with classes that are just super hyperactive and need a lot of extra movement. And it works really well. And it also works really, really well, guys, on days where you are snowed in and you're not going to be going outside. It helps you get some of those wiggles out. I start rhyming games with my pre-K kids I read a lot of rhyming books and talk about rhyming with my 3-year-olds, but my pre-K are the 4 and 5-year-olds. And we'll start the year reading a couple of rhyming books and talking about rhyming, and then we'll start doing rhyming activities. So, for instance, if I was going to play this rhyme matching game that's in my Polar Animal lesson plan, I would tell them the names of all of these things. I'd say this is a muffin, this is a bear, this is a hat, and this is a coat. So they're not going to say that's a jacket or that's a teddy or that's a cupcake, right? So then I would have the rhyming pairs that go with these, and I would give them one and say, okay, what rhymes with or sounds like cat? Muffin? No. Bear? No. Hat. Cat. Hat. Cat. They rhyme. Boat. Let's see. Muffin? No. Bear? No. Coat. Boat. Coat. Boat. Yes, they sound the same on the end. Pear. Muffin? No. Bear. Pear. Bear. Pear. Bear. Same ending sound. And then we've got puffin, muffin. They have the same ending sound too. Okay, I love letter matching for my preschool and pre-K kids. And this one's fantastic. So I have got a lowercase w here and walrus. So we know we are going to make a walrus. So uppercase W, lowercase w, walrus, walrus. E, I've got a lowercase e. This says emperor penguin. So I've got the bottom of the emperor penguin. Let's find the top. Uppercase E, lowercase e. We just made our emperor penguin. I've got a lowercase n. This says narwhal. We're going to find the uppercase n and make a narwhal. So I've got the whole alphabet. And you know what? They love figuring out the top that matches the bottom of the animal. I will usually lay out the lowercase and hand them the uppercase, and they have to go around my rug and they have to find the right animal. Like, that looks like it could go, but it doesn't. It doesn't match up all the way. This one does match up all the way. So it can get tricky, but it's super fun. They love it. They love to make the animals. You guys, this is just another example of learning through play. In just about all of my lesson plans, I will have a foldable book that the kids can color. I do this because I have some days where I have a special, either library or Spanish, and I have to have a short activity. And I know my classes like to color, so I'll put out crayons and markers, and I'll put the foldable books out like this. So I've got some crayons here. Some kids take a ton of time at this, and we can't even get them to go to other centers. But I'll show you what we do after they are colored. Here's one that's colored and been folded into a book. So you fold it in half and then in half again. And you've got a book about polar animals, penguins, polar bears, seals and walruses, narwhals, and whales. So there you go. Then they've got a little book they can take home and share what they've learned about polar animals with their family. Another activity that's new to my polar animal lesson plan, I just updated it and added a bunch of activities this year, is this penguin and polar bear letter trace. So all it is practicing. I cut these and laminated these first. It's just practicing writing your upper and lowercase letters as best you can. So I just get a little pom-pom and erase those when I'm done. Piece of cake. So every Friday in my class, we do a journal page, and it is our end of the year literacy portfolio. So I'm never scrambling to find like a collection of things to put together at the end of the year because we work on it year round. This says my favorite polar animal. This is included in my lesson plan. I also have packets of journals, alphabet journals, and just theme and holiday journals for the whole year. So the idea with this is they draw their favorite animal. They can put their name, and I usually write the date for them there. This one is a little penguin done by Megan. What I do with my class to make this more playful and just more festive is I bring out smelly markers just for journal time. We do not use smelly markers for anything. We only use them for journal time, and it makes journal time special and fun, and they actually can't wait to do it. And they also decorate their journal at the beginning of the year, so each week they're super excited to see that journal that they created at the beginning of the year, even though they just saw it the week before. It's actually really, really cute. I've also created a set of polar animal alphabet cards that you can use for a number of activities. So we are going to go through the alphabet. Adelie penguin, beluga whale. Some of these are going to be a stretch. Crab eater seal, sled dog. Emperor penguin, fur seal, Gen 2 penguin, harp seal, ice float, jumpy Arctic hare, killer whale, which is really called an orca, and the kids will tell me that, a lemming, a moose, narwhal, snowy owl, polar bear, quiet ermine, reindeer, snares penguin, a tern, an Arctic tern, an ugly elephant seal. I'm sorry, elephant seal, but I really needed a U. Very cute puffin. See, the puffin got off easy. Walrus, Arctic fox, yeti, and zippy Arctic wolf. Okay, I always include a vocabulary matching game because I know that you can use the vocabulary cards for so many other things. And one way I play is I have one of the sets face down and the other set I will just hand to the kids one at a time. And I don't make the arrays very big. This one's only 4. I would probably do 8 or 10. But then they have to flip over until they find their match. And I let them keep them face up as they flip, so they just have a hard time with the process of elimination. And it just makes it a lot easier for them. And then we just play until everyone has found a match. Another thing that's included in my Polar Animals lesson plan is I've got this little booklet, Fun Facts About Polar Animals. And I have 5 facts about all these animals: emperor penguins, orcas, snowy owls, reindeer, Arctic hares, Arctic foxes, and polar bears. So I tried to hit on the ones that I know have been historically my class's favorites. But this is a great thing just to have at circle time and maybe introduce a new animal every day or 2 animals every day and tell the kids a couple of facts about them. Okay, here's my newest freebie called the Polar Plunge. We have got, it's the cutest game, you guys. We've got penguins, narwhals, and polar bears, all with lowercase letters on their cute little bellies. I'll stick those right here. And then I've got these fun little red cups and these little floating little chunks of ice with a hole in them. What we're going to do is we are going to put the ice on the cup like this. So when you get them, you print them. You can laminate them if you want. This one is not laminated, but you cut out the circle that is there for you, and you can put this cup on it. If they slip, I would put like a thick rubber band or maybe some tape or something to hold it in place So I'm just going to do about 4 of these. So here's B, C, and D. So my goal this year, holy moly, these are falling everywhere, is to make my math and literacy centers even more playful than they've ever been. So I have been brainstorming. So I'm going to set these out. I might set these around my rug on the corresponding letters. But here's what you can do. If you're doing a unit on polar bears, you can just use the polar bears. If you're doing a unit on just penguins, use just the penguins or narwhals or ocean, Arctic animals, do that. But here's the thing I was thinking. So I have these set out and the kids pick a letter and then they dive into the cup. So we've got the polar bear with an A and he dives into the cup. And they can do that from a standing position. And here's a B. See if they get in there. If they don't get in there, they can try again. Dive. Dive. So this is my little polar plunge. And I'm leaving a link so that you can get this freebie if you want it and use it for your winter or polar animals unit. But we do all the letters A through Z. They should fit on just your standard sized red Solo cups. But how much fun is that? So much more fun than just finding the iceberg and matching the letter. I can't wait to do this with my kids. Thanks so much for watching. Remember to click the links to check out the lesson plan in both Teachers Play Teacher store and on my website in my TPK shop, as well as the freebie, which I think is the absolute most fun. And don't forget to subscribe for more great ideas, great freebies, and lots more to learn about being the best preschool and pre-K teacher that you could possibly be. Thanks.